Ooh, that is much, much better. Oh my goodness. Last week, Dee and I, for 3 days, were up in Washington, D.C. Took a 3-hour drive to Washington, D.C. and attended Sonic Symphony World Tour, and oh my goodness, it still feels like a dream. Dee grew up with Sonic, but we grew up with Sonic in very different ways. She grew up watching her siblings play Sonic games and has like a general fondness for the characters, the music, that kind of thing, the experience. I have been playing Sonic all of my life. My GameCube was the first console I ever got when I was a child. One of the first games I ever got was Sonic Mega Collection, and just from there it just snowballed. Heroes, Riders, Shadow the Hedgehog, 06, Unleashed, Colors, Forces. Sonic has been one of the biggest just pieces of my life, and it's evident in my old YouTube channels, and this one, Hedgehogs. Like I love Sonic so much, and when I found out that Sonic Symphony was going on a world tour, I just had to be there. I got our tickets in July of 2023, July or September, I don't remember. They added a Washington D.C. date. We live in North Carolina, so that was going to be like a 3.5-hour drive, but I was determined to make it work because I wanted to see this at least once, and I knew this would be a great experience for us. It was a great time, and I want to share that with you guys. We got videos, we got photos, and we're going to be going through that right here. I got us a hotel in Virginia, which is like the halfway point to DC. There was no way I was going to make a 3.5-hour drive. That would have been insane. That would have taken me out. We got to Virginia. The hotel was pretty alright. I mean, it wasn't horrible. It wasn't amazing either. It was absolutely just the definition of average. It was okay. Had a hairdryer with like a chip. It was like broken. Some of the light bulbs didn't work, but like it was very clean. It was wonderful. It had free breakfast. If you got free breakfast, you're a 10 in my book. It was an okay hotel. It was fine. It snowed in Virginia, which kind of concerned me because I was like, please do not cancel the show, because it snowed in Virginia, but then it snowed a lot in Washington, D.C. And this was the night before the concert was supposed to happen. I also saw people were selling their tickets because they couldn't make it because of the weather, and I'm like, oh my goodness. Fortunately, it wasn't warm. It was like still really like freezing cold, but like it was warm enough to where the snow wasn't an issue when we went. So from the hotel to Washington, D.C. was an hour and a half, which meant I had to drive an hour and a half back to the hotel when it was over, but that's fine, it's fine. I was driving, so I didn't get to like really look at all the monuments and stuff like that, but like the fact that we drove through Washington, D.C. was so crazy to me because I've only ever been when I was in like a field trip in 5th grade. So knowing that we drove all the way through like the capital of the United States was absolutely insane. Drove past the White House, like the Pentagon and stuff like that. It was really, really cool. I saw them when we were driving by. I filmed inside the parking garage, which I don't know if you're supposed to do, so I'm not going to put that footage in here. It was a really pretty parking garage, but anyway. Washington, D.C. is beautiful. There was lots of snow and stuff, but like it's a really big area, and it's nice, it's wonderful. We get to the venue and you see Sonic Symphony sold out January 20th, and like immediately you're just like, it's happening, it's happening. Is this making noise? I'm sorry, microphone. We get in and we were the first people in the merch line. I got this shirt. This is the Sonic Symphony shirt with just Sonic, not really much else. Dee got one that has like all the characters on it. It has Knuckles, Tails, some Chow and Amy. And then I also got this cap. I like going to concerts and collecting caps that I never intend to wear. But this is the Sonic Symphony World Tour hat. Pretty cool. I have a really funny video. I went to the bathroom in the lobby before the show started, and they were handing out little cards, and we have this one. This is the Knuckles card. I think they were handing out different versions with different characters on it, and I think I had gone to the bathroom or something, and they gave Dee this card, and she made the joke like, do you think they gave me this card because I have locks? Who really knows? I don't know, but it's really funny, so I put it in a little card sleeve to keep it protected. I've never been to a convention. I've never been to just any nerd gathering like this before, so it was absolutely crazy seeing how many Sonic fans were there. Over 1,000. I don't know what the capacity was for Warner Theater. This was at the Warner Theater venue in Washington, D.C. Everyone was cosplaying. I saw a lot of people cosplaying as Maria from Shadow the Hedgehog, or well, from just Sonic in general. I saw a lot of people doing Tails, Sonic. We saw a Blaze. I saw a Knuckles. I saw someone as Eggman from the Sonic movie, which was kind of cool. Like, there were so many creative people in a room together, and it was just filled, and it was so cool. It was so cool knowing that we were all here for one thing specifically, this one nerd thing, this one hedgehog. We were all here for him, and it just blew me away. Before we get to the actual show, I do also want to say I saw SomeCallMeJohnny. I didn't know he would be showing up. There was a point during the show where they took a break. We went back to the lobby to go to the bathroom, get something to drink, and he was just like standing there in front of me. And I'm like, and I just like discreetly picked up my phone and went to the camera. I didn't get any photos of him, any video. He was taking pictures with a bunch of people. He probably took a lot of pictures with people before I got out there. He took pictures with people. There was one guy that didn't really know how to work his phone, and it took like forever for him to take a picture. And then Johnny was like, look guys, we can't do this here, okay? I got to see the show. That's my SomeCallMeJohnny impression. He was there with Elliot, and then I think he went back to his seat or something. But like, it was so cool just knowing that he was there, right? And I remember the morning after, I was like, hey, I saw you at the Sonic Symphony with Elliot. I just want to say I appreciate your work and thank you for all that you do. And he was like, thanks, dude. I hope you had a great time. And that was all that I really needed. I was like, oh, cool. The show itself, first of all, we had great seats. Dee got wonderful footage. You'll see the footage that I'm playing throughout this video. Is a lot of it is hers because she had a really good view of the stage. I did too. We were sitting right next to each other, but like from where I was, I could see half of the monitor in front of me, like on the stage, and then I saw like half of the stage. She was able to sit up a little bit and see the entirety of the stage. So like a lot of the footage that you'll be seeing was recorded by her. The orchestra is absolutely beautiful. If you saw the Sonic Symphony 30th anniversary show on YouTube, you know what to expect and even more. It's just blew me away. Yeah, the Sonic 1 medley, the Sonic 2 medley. They did Sonic CD. I wasn't really expecting that. No Sonic 3. They skipped over Sonic 3, and I mean you can kind of speculate as to why they did that. I mean we all anyway, but just beautiful arrangements. Beautiful arrangements. Very talented people, and I loved it. I loved it a lot. Now, for any of you that are planning on attending Sonic Symphony World Tour at any point in the future, if you don't want any spoilers, skip to this timestamp in the video because they did bring out a few new arrangements that I wanted to talk about that I loved a lot. So skip to this timestamp and 1, 2, 3. So they did new arrangements. They said they were bringing out new stuff, and they did Aquarium Park and Planet Wisp, and Sonic Colors, come on now. Sonic Colors, one of my favorite games of all time. Full stop, top 5 Sonic games, one of my favorites of all time, and they chose the 2 best zones to do some sort of arrangement for. I was kind of expecting them to do Starlight Carnival. However, Aquarium Park and Planet Wisp are the ones that they know people want to hear the most, and it was beautiful. I have it playing in the background right now. I'll probably let it play for a little bit, and then I'll come back to you guys. It was so good. It was so good. I also found it kind of funny that they were playing footage from Sonic Colors Ultimate and it was perfectly fine. Like there are no bugs, no graphical issues, no audio issue. I mean, there was no audio, but like it looked perfectly fine. And I'm really wondering what build they were playing that on because that's clearly not so it's not the Sonic Colors Ultimate that we got. Then of course they did stuff from Sonic Superstars, Sonic Frontiers, and I said on Twitter that when they were doing Frontiers, it really, hearing them do these new arrangements in person gave you just a heightened level of appreciation for the music that Sonic Frontiers brought us. It is so gorgeous hearing it in person, done by a live orchestra. I loved it a lot. Sonic Frontiers has an amazing soundtrack, and the orchestra in person only heightened it more and more and more. They did a Sonic Adventure sort of medley where it was like Tails, Believe in Myself. Just things like that were really nice to hear. They brought out Casey Williams, who is a singer on the Ruby series, I believe. I'm not familiar with their work outside of what we saw at Sonic Symphony. My apologies. Beautiful voice. They were singing on lead vocals for a majority of the vocal tracks. that they did at the show, where I love this because you have the orchestra, and then the orchestra is also playing on the vocal tracks, but like it's a perfectly segmented like orchestra, and then we're also going to do the vocals where it's like a concert where everyone can stand up and it would just belt out the lyrics and all kinds of stuff. And they just ran through a bunch of different vocal themes from Sonic. There were some that I'm surprised they didn't do, but the ones that they did do, I was perfectly fine with. They did I Am from Shadow the Hedgehog. Did they do It Doesn't Matter? I don't remember if they did. I don't think they did. They did City Escape, of course, Endless Possibilities, Reach for the Stars, Fist Bump, which Casey said is their favorite song, which I thought was really funny. You are next to me and I'm next to you. I enjoyed it. I rag on Fist Bump all the time from Sonic Forces, but it's a good song musically. It's just the lyrics are kind of strange. You can attest to me almost crying when Sonic Unleashed got its recognition with Endless Possibilities. I mean, come on now. Come on now. Come on now. Oh. Come on. Sonic Unleashed is a huge part of me. So when they were doing Endless Possibilities, I felt like I was going to explode. I was like, this is my moment. I'm really here for this, and I loved it. His World also was amazing. They were playing His World, and it wasn't like the Zebrahead version. It wasn't the Crush 40 version. It was just the original, and I was just fine with that. His World is really funny because there's no version of His World that I love all the way through. I like different parts of each version of it, and if they could all be combined together with certain parts that I love, then I would love it all the way through. Each one, like I like the chorus better, or I like the rap better that even doesn't really need to be there. Everything pieced together would be nice, but like the original version of His World, they sung really good, and I enjoyed it a lot. When they got to the Sonic Frontiers vocal tracks, the one that I'm really surprised that they did not do is I'm Here. They did not perform I'm Here, but they did do Undefeatable and Break Through It All, which are, I guess, like the two most popular Titan themes from Sonic Frontiers. Theater erupted, just loud, and it's the exact kind of energy you would expect from the Sonic Frontiers Titan themes. It was so good, so good. One more thing that I want to point out is the audience reactions. We were all there because we loved Sonic. We all knew that Sonic's been ragged on for years. We all knew Sonic's been the laughingstock for a long time, and Sega knows that as well. The people arranging the video footage for the orchestra and everything know that as well. So they would put little visual gags and stuff in the show, and there were a few times where it made me really laugh. They of course added things like in Sonic 1 where you're playing Marble Zone and there's spikes and stuff all over the place. They added little audio cues to him getting hit with the spikes. It was really funny. Sonic 2 drowning in the toxic stuff in Chemical Plant and making it really dramatic. The one thing that really got me was when they were doing, I think it was Planet Wisp, they put in the clip of Sonic saying, "No copyright law in the universe, is ever gonna stop me?" But of course with like no audio, right? But when they did that, everyone in the theater just, wow, yeah, like cheering, because we all knew it. We all knew that scene. We all knew what it was about. They were doing His World. They put in the guitar solo section, they put clips of like Shadow Roundhouse kicking Silver in the head. They put Sonic, that really stupid scene of him in the fire. Like they know exactly what we talked about, exactly what is funny, and incorporating that was so nice. And I love seeing all that just self-awareness come out. Overall, Sonic Symphony in Washington D.C. was absolutely unforgettable. I love it. I loved it. It was such a sort of dream come true to be in a huge venue with all of these Sonic fans and just being the geek that we all have been playing these games in solitude, essentially. Like now we're all in one area and we can just let that out, and it was wonderful. It was so cool, and an experience on that in Washington D.C. Oh my goodness, such an amazing time, such a beautiful moment. And I hope, honestly, I really hope to see them again at some point before the tour is over. Maybe, who knows? I don't know. But I want Shota Nakama, the entire band, Casey Williams, everyone that was involved, the orchestra, everyone involved at the Warner Theater. I want to sincerely thank you all for a wonderful, wonderful night in DC, January the 20th. Beautiful show, beautiful arrangements, everything. Love it, love it, love it, love it. If anyone wants to go and see Sonic Symphony World Tour, I have it in the description below. It's not an ad. I'm just saying, like, if you want to get tickets for whatever show may be coming near you, in your city, whatever it may be, if you want to attend it, if you love Sonic, if you just love live music, in the description there should be a link to where you can find tour dates, maybe tickets, that kind of thing. So I highly recommend going to check it out because I had a wonderful time. And that essentially will be the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching this video. I have a lot of different Sonic videos on the channel. If you want to check them out, I would greatly appreciate it. Again, thank you guys for boarding my rainbow line, and I'll see you guys at the next stop. Ooh, see you. Alicia, Andrew, Austin, Disney Captain, Donnie, Emilia, Helen, Ian, Junior the Hedgehog, Matthew, Mia T. Toon,